In scenarios where devices are constantly in use, like point of sale devices or kiosk devices, it's important to keep the devices fresh and functioning well. Regular and continuous usage of mobile devices can zap memory and sometimes lead to crashes. To prevent this, it's a good practice to restart devices periodically, say every day or at least once a week. Turning off devices when they are not in use or during off hours also helps conserve battery. With Mobile Device Manager Plus, you can now schedule a device to be remotely switched off or restarted. These options are supported for certain platforms. Scheduled restart is applicable for supervised iOS devices running on version 10.3 or above, Samsung or non-Samsung devices running on version 7.0 or above, and the device has to be provisioned as device owner. Scheduled shutdown is applicable for supervised iOS devices running on versions 10.3 or above and all macOS devices. Let's see how we can initiate a scheduled restart and a scheduled shutdown by using Mobile Device Manager Plus. First, go to the Device Management tab and click on Groups and Devices. You can either schedule an action for multiple groups or for a single group. We will now schedule devices to shut down after the shop closes daily at 10 pm using the Actions button and Remote Shutdown button. Let's go through the different options here. You can set the frequency of the action to happen either once or on repeat. Note that you can even schedule a maintenance action to happen at a scheduled time in the future or to happen immediately. If you choose repeat, you can set the action to happen either daily or weekly. For now, let's choose daily. Now we can choose our preferred time of executing the action, which is 10 pm. You can choose the time zone of the device in case you manage devices from multiple time zones. Sometimes devices can be offline for a long time and the user might have unsaved work when the device comes back online. This optional expiry allows you to set a scheduled window of time for the action to happen. Once that window is over, the command will expire until the next iteration. Once this is done, click on Next. Now, you need to specify an audit reason for this action. This will be used to easily identify this action among others. Let's take a look at another example. There can be critical devices in your environment that do not have a fixed schedule but need to be restarted at a particular time every once in a while. For these scenarios, click on the Once option and select At Set Time. You can then schedule the restart to take place during a certain maintenance window in the future. Now let's configure a scheduled restart to happen next Sunday at 7 pm. Now we've initiated an action, but how do we keep track of it to check the progress or the status of it being initiated on different devices? You can keep track of the initiated actions by visiting the group and then clicking on the Actions tab. You can also check this by selecting a specific device and clicking on Actions tab.